Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since I've been on to do a video here. Let's try to adjust that a little bit here. But yeah, I've had some cool stuff go on, and obviously been busy, but I've had a few few things go on. I officially have made the name change for the channel. And the channel, it has a new name, has a nice new logo on it, and hopefully you guys will, hopefully it'll maybe be the kind of name that will, be a little more eye-catching, maybe. The channel is now known as Larry's House of Hockey, and the logo is on the logo is up there, and I gotta say, I kind of like the logo. I really like what this friend of mine did, who designed it. And I think that'll look pretty cool. That might look pretty good on like T-shirts and other little things. So yeah, that should be fun. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully that might be a little more eye-catching, and where somebody might see that name and be like, oh, that's interesting. Let's go look at that. So what I'm doing here, and I should say too, I did get this earlier. This I will do in another video. Nice little unboxing here right before the season starts. But this will be, of course, for the next video. But what I'm doing here is, I've talked about doing this, and this is my first attempt at it. And I figured I would do this before the season started, and it is my my version of power rankings. So I know a lot of people probably say well he's copying Shannon and this, that, and the other, which I love Shannon. I love watching Shannon's power rankings. He always puts his up on, I believe he puts them up on like late Saturday night. But I never actually get a chance to watch them until the next day. So most of the time I don't get a chance to actually watch them until I go to work on Sunday night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I do mine, and I have mine done and uploaded before I ever get a chance to watch his. That way, nobody can go and say, well, he's just copying what Shannon puts. No. I will have no idea who he has where before I do mine. Now, I might use a similar type of setup to how he does, how he arranges, I'll follow, what the team does per week. How they do, whether they win in regulation, win in overtime or a shootout, whether or not they lose in regulation, lose in overtime or a shootout, and that's kind of how I will try to track on where the teams are going to go in their specific spots, and yeah, I think this will be kind of fun, and of course, I figured I would do one of these right before the season starts. So it's kind of my little preseason power rankings, and I do have some nice new and again people probably go and say he's copying Shannon again, because I've actually got magnets of my own, and pretty cool. My wife has this really nice Cricut, and I got to tell you, a little trial and error at first, to try to figure out how to do it, but yeah, they actually worked pretty good, and I think you guys will probably get a kick out of this. I think you'll get a kick out of what the magnets look like, and of course I've got some smaller ones. I've got some, I plan on doing like some bigger ones too, but yeah, this should be fun. So obviously, I have here. We have 1 through 32 here, and so yeah, And of course, I've kind of, I kind of wrote everything down on where some of these, where some of the teams are ranking, where I have them ranked right before the season starts. And I think it'll be kind of neat. So starting out at number 32, I gotta look through my stuff here. Starting out, preseason power rankings, number 32, the team I have at number 32, we're going to start out, it's going to be San Jose. San Jose is, they're not expected to have a real good season. They traded away Erik Karlsson. They're not real good. They're not a real good team. They got great looking jerseys. Awesome looking jerseys. As a team, though, I think they're definitely going to be in the running, I think, for the number 1 draft pick next season. They'll definitely be in the draft lottery. And yeah, I just, preseason number 32, I think is definitely, I think, where they belong. Now, number 31. Now, of course, the interesting thing is trying to look through some of these and trying to find where is the right logo. Okay, there's that. Okay. Like I said, I've got some of these logos are a little arranged, a little interestingly. Yeah, this one will work. Number 31. I have, now this is their throwback logo, but number 31, Anaheim. I think the Anaheim Ducks at 31, they're, again, that's another team that nobody's really going to be expecting a whole lot from them. And they finally got around to signing Trevor Zegras to a contract extension. I think it's a bridge deal. They still have to get Jamie Drysdale signed. And this is a good young, it's a young team. A team that I think will have a bright future in the next few years. It's just they're not there yet, and it's gonna be a bit for them. But hopefully in the next couple years they'll be a team that can be reckoned with maybe. But as of right now, preseason, they're number 31. Number 30, Philadelphia. I got the Philadelphia Flyers at number 30. Again, a team that is just, they changed their jerseys. They got, they got away from that day glow orange, those really bright see from space jerseys, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind those bright orange ones, but I do like the ones that they went to, and which is one I will plan on be getting a hold of one of those, and yeah, I mean Philadelphia. Not a lot's expected of them. They're going to be in a very, very tough division, and I think they're going to be one of those teams where I honestly think I could see them be in the cellar for a bit, and yeah, I don't have a whole lot of hope for these guys that they're going to be. I mean, who knows? They might surprise us, but yeah, as of right now, I think preseason number 30, I think is a good spot for them. Number 29, Arizona, the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Arizona is a team that they've got some good. Now, it's another team that's got a lot of good young talent. I mean, Logan Cooley from the University of Minnesota. They've got a lot of really good young talent too, and I think they could actually be a team that could surprise some people this year. I mean, do I see them as a playoff team? No. Do I see them as getting close to a playoff spot? Not really, but I don't see them necessarily finishing like dead. I mean, I don't think they might finish dead last. They might finish last in the division, but again, we'll see we'll see exactly what happens. But Arizona, I think, is another team that's got a pretty relatively bright future. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see what the Coyotes can do. Number 28, a team that again, I don't think a lot's expected of them, but hopefully they might be a team that could surprise some people. Montreal. We got Montreal at number 28, figuring they're a team that is. They're building. They've got a good young core, and they're just again they're in a division that is loaded, and it'd be nice to see. It would be nice to see them. Maybe make some noise. It would be cool to see that, but I don't think there's a lot. Again, there's not a lot expected, and. I mean, who knows? They might do halfway decent. Now, whether or not they'll be in the draft lottery, I don't know. They might be in the draft lottery. We'll see. We'll see where they finish, and we'll see exactly where they might pick come the draft lottery. Number 27, Columbus. Now, again, another team that I think could be better this season. They've had their they've had their own little drama. They hired Mike Babcock, and then they fired Mike Babcock because he just I don't know, he couldn't figure out that hey, a player's cell phones are kind of they're the players. Don't go looking through them. You don't need to be looking through the players' cell phones, and it just, I don't know why he decided that was a good idea, but it definitely was not a good idea. So, yeah, Columbus is, I think, another one of those teams that I think will be, they might be better, but I think they'll have their struggles, and I'm hoping I'm hoping that they move that they can move up this board. It would be cool. Number 26, a team that I definitely think will be better, and we'll see what happens. But they've got Connor Bedard. It's the Chicago Blackhawks, and this kid Bedard, wow. I mean, the hype is real. The hype is real. And I'm really hoping that this kid can be it. It seems like he can. And he's just the kid has got some amazing moves. And it's unreal. It's unreal to watch him. He's something else. He really is something else to behold. And the moves that he has is it's incredible. It really is. He has got an incredible skill set. And I think he is going to be a player that is going to be really, really good and potentially really good for a really, really long time. And yeah, hopefully he can be that player. So, and with guys like Taylor Hall around him, with Corey Perry, I think Chicago will be a team that will be definitely something to watch. Now, number 25, Vancouver. The Vancouver Canucks have a number 25. Again, the Canucks are a team that just, I don't know. They're they're one of those teams. They're a very Jekyll and Hyde type team, and I guess I don't know. I don't know a lot of what they could become. I mean, I'd like to see them become a team that could make a run at the playoffs. It would be nice. It really would. But again, Vancouver is just they're another one of those teams, and they've got guys that I mean, there's the whole Elias Pettersson drama. Will he sign there? Is he going to sign a contract? What's going to happen there? We're just not quite sure. But Vancouver, hopefully is one of those teams that hopefully can make some noise and can do some good. It would be really nice to see them do good. And yeah, it's kind of just kind of a wait and see type of deal. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. But as of right now, Vancouver is number 25. Number 24, Ottawa. The Ottawa Senators, I figure, at number 24 to start the preseason. And again, a team that hopefully is good. I mean, I'd like to see them be good. I mean, they got good-looking jerseys. Again, I wouldn't mind seeing this jersey particular make a comeback at some point. Even as an alternate, I think it would look fantastic. The Senators in red is just a good look. And I think the Senators are a team that, I think they can be good. They've got some talent. They've got Claude Giroux. They've got Drake Batherson. They've got Sanderson. They just signed him to an 8-year extension. And I think Ottawa is going to be a team that is going to be very, very interesting to see exactly what they can become. And yeah, so preseason though, I have them number 24. Number 23, Nashville. The Nashville Predators I have at 23. And I think another team that I think is going to be, I mean, they could be a lot better than a lot of people think. And I kind of hope that they are. But again, we'll have to see exactly what they look like. And, Nashville, again, they're a team that I think I had them finishing like 5th in the division or something like that. Or yeah, I think I had them finishing 5th in their division. But again, they're another one of those teams. Are they going to be a team that could knock that could knock on the door of a playoff spot? Maybe. We're just not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see exactly what kind of team they are. And it'll be interesting to monitor, exactly, throughout the season, exactly where they are. Preseason, I have them number 23. We'll see, whether they move up or whether they move down. It'll be interesting to see. Number 22, Detroit. The Detroit Red Wings, I have it number 22 to start the preseason, or the preseason rankings. And Steve Yzerman he's made a lot of good moves. He got DeBrincat. They got there's still the possibility. There's still the rumor and innuendo out there that maybe Patrick Kane goes there. I don't necessarily know if that happens or not, but if Patrick Kane were to go to Detroit, I think Detroit would be a playoff team. Now, again, as of right now, he's not a Detroit Red Wing. And as of right now, I have them number 22. But I think they will be a much better team. Number 21. This is a team that they did well, but they lost a lot of their core. And I don't see them doing anywhere near as well as they did last season, and I think I could see them as a big drop, and that is Boston. Now, the Boston Bruins, they won 65 games last year. Will they do that again? No. I do not see them doing that again. And I think a lot of people might think that I have them way too low for the preseason rankings. And I might certainly, that certainly could be. We'll see. Once the season starts, we'll see how far they move up the board, where they could be at. But losing Krejci, losing Bergeron, that's a big loss. It's a big loss for those guys. And I don't want to say that they'll drop out of the playoffs. But right now, in the preseason, I don't know. I'm not really liking their odds. So yeah, I got them number 21. Number 20, Washington. You got the Washington Capitals at number 20. And again, you've got Alex Ovechkin, who is trying to chase down the Great One's goal scoring record, 72 goals away from tying Wayne Gretzky. And if he can stay healthy, I think he has a good chance. Washington as a team, it'd be nice to see them get back toward the playoffs, get them back in a playoff spot. But as of right now, right now they're number 20 on my list here, or on my ranking. And again, we'll see what they can do, and hopefully they can, if Ovi can stay healthy, we'll see how high they can climb, or how fast they can climb. Number 19, Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Jets at number 19. And again, another team that, a fringe playoff team, I think. They could be a fringe playoff team. And they made the playoffs this last year, but again, it's one of them. I don't see them as a team that necessarily, I think, could they make the playoffs? Yeah. But how much longer are you going to waste, the prime years of Connor Hellebuck? How many more years are you going to waste, Mark Scheifele, and Kyle Connor, and a lot of the core guys in Winnipeg. Hellebuck, we're not quite sure. He still hasn't committed whether or not he's going to sign there long term. We just don't know. If he's not going to sign there long term, you got to think the Jets might try and make a move at the trade deadline, but we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, I don't have a whole lot of I don't have a whole lot of hope that Winnipeg is going to be one of those teams that can make some noise come playoff time. And I would like to be wrong, but again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, Winnipeg is number 19. Number 18, preseason, Calgary. The Calgary Flames, again, another team that might be a fringe playoff team. They're one of those teams that they make the playoffs, then they miss the playoffs. They make the playoffs, they miss the playoffs. They're very inconsistent, and we don't know. We don't know. We just don't know what this team is going to be. And again, I'd like to see them get in the playoffs. I really would. I'd like to see the Flames get back into the playoffs. But again, they're one of those teams. Are they, how good are they? They're, and again, they're up, down, up, down. make the playoff, miss the playoffs, make the playoffs, miss the playoffs. They can't seem to make the playoffs 2 years in a row. So because of that reason, I have them currently at number 18. Number 17, I have the Buffalo Sabres at number 17. Buffalo, of course, a team that I really want to see them get in the playoffs. I really do. They have missed the playoffs for so many years. I mean, it's been over 10 years since they've made the playoffs. I'd like to see the Sabres get there. I really would. They're a great team. They're good. They've got some good talent, and I want to see them make the playoffs. I want to see them get back into the playoff race. And I really want to see this team move up the board. I want to see them up here. I really do. I want to see them at least in the top 2 rows somewhere. And not just be in the top 2 rows, but stay up there throughout the course of the season. I would really like to see that. And hopefully they can make it happen. Number 16, the hometown team, the Minnesota Wild. Now, Minnesota, of course, they're a team. They've got Kirill Kaprizov. They've got a young Marco Rossi. They got Matt Boldy. They've got they just re-signed Foligno and re-signed Zuccarello. They've got Gustafsson in goal, Gustafsson and Fleury in net, and in Minnesota again, they're one of those teams where we'd like to see some success. We'd like to see some playoff success from this team, but they're always one of those, and it's one thing that frustrates me as a Wild fan is they're always good enough to just get in the playoffs, but then once they make the playoffs, done. They can't get out of the first round. They have not won a first round series since 2015. So I'm hoping that maybe that could change this year. We'll have to see. I think the Wild have got some really good talent. They have a really nice new alternate jersey that they unveiled. Basically, it's the Reverse Retro 2.0, which is beautiful. And that is their new alternate, and they look fantastic. They look tremendous. So hopefully the Wild can be one of those teams. Maybe if they can make the playoffs, maybe finally make some noise. Lord knows it'd be nice. But preseason wise, I have them right smack dab in the middle at number 16. Number 15, a team that I think will move back up the standings after kind of a bad year, and that is the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis is a team that they're really good. I can't really say that they're really good, but I do think they're going to climb the division standings, and I think they're going to be way better than they were last year. And I think they're going to be vastly improved. And again, we'll have to wait and see what exactly goes on. But I think St. Louis is going to be a team that is going to be a team to watch. I think they're definitely going to be a team to watch, and it will be real interesting to see how good they do. So preseason wise, I have number 15. Number 14. Let's go with the Fishermen. We'll go with the New York Islanders. The Islanders, again, a team that I think will be. They're another one of those teams. They make the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen. They make the playoffs. Who knows what happens? They're the epitome too of an up and down team. If they make the playoffs, they could be very dangerous. We'll have to see. But again, I hope the Islanders do well. I would like to see them do well. And yeah, so preseason wise, I have them number 14. Number 13, the other New York team, the New York Rangers. The Rangers, they're another team that I think could be a very interesting up-and-coming team. A team that 2 years ago made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. They were up 2-0 on the Tampa Bay Lightning that year before losing 4 in a row and, dropping out. Last year they made the playoffs. They lost in the first round. And Igor was, he was good, but he wasn't nearly what he was the season prior. And the Rangers, again, they got talent. They got a lot of good talent. And, with Shesterkin in net, they're another one of those teams I think that could be a real dark horse. A team that could be very, very dangerous come playoff time. And especially if they make the playoffs with Igor, who knows? They could be a very, very interesting team. Now, number 12. Now, I would have had these guys a little higher. But when the news came out that they have lost their goaltender for the first 2 months, yeah, they kind of dropped. And that's Tampa. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they've still got Hedman, they've still got Stamkos, they've got Kucherov, they've got Point, they've got Sergachev, they've got Cirelli, they've got a lot of talent on that team. But losing Andrei Vasilevsky for the first 2 months of the season, ooh boy, that's a little concerning. It really is. It is concerning. But if they can make it through those first 2 months, if they can make it through at least the first, because you got to figure with Vasilevsky out, that's at least, what are you figuring? Probably 20 games? The first 20 or so games, maybe 25 games. If they can, say even win, 15 of those first 25. Who knows? If they can maybe at least win 15 of those first 25, or at least, ideally you'd like to see them stay above 500, without Vasilevsky, and then when Vasilevsky comes back, we'll see what happens. But yeah, with Vasilevsky getting hurt, if not for Vasilevsky getting hurt, preseason-wise, they would be much higher than where they are right here. So, but with Vasilevsky hurt, I have them at number 12, and we'll see what happens. Number 11, preseason rankings. We got Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Penguins. They go out, they get Erik Karlsson. On top of course, re-signing the core guys with Malkin, Letang, and those guys, keeping those guys around and bringing in Karlsson. That's kind of who they wanted. They wanted Karlsson, and they found a way to get Karlsson with Kyle Dubas as the quote GM, even though he technically is not the GM, but he's staying on as the GM this year. He got the guy he wanted, though. He got the guy he wanted. He wanted Erik Karlsson. He went and got him. And they've got Jari in net. Well, can Jari stay healthy? We'll see. But I think Pittsburgh will be a vastly improved team with Karlsson, and I think they could be considered a threat again. I think they could definitely be considered a threat. And preseason rankings, I got them number 11. getting into the top 10 now. Some people might say these guys are too high. I don't think so. Seattle. The Seattle Kraken. They make the playoffs for the first time ever this past season. They literally come one win shy of going to the Western Conference Final in their first playoff appearance. They were following a very similar path to Vegas, but they came up a little short. They came up a little short in Game 7 against Dallas, and But do I think Seattle takes a step back this year? I don't think so. I think they're going to be just as good of a team as they were. They might even be a little better, and I think Seattle is going to be a very tough team, a very interesting team to follow, and yeah, we'll see what they do. But number 10, before the preseason power rankings, I have them number 10. Number 9, the team that just made the Stanley Cup Finals from the Eastern Conference, the Florida Panthers. Florida, a team who 2 years ago won the President's Trophy. They had the best record in the league 2 years ago. They fell back tremendously this past season. But as I say, they fell back in the standings. But when it came to the playoffs, they made a run all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. And I think they're going to be a good team again this year. I don't think they're going to be as low in the standings. I don't see them being a number 2 wild card this year as they were this past season. So Florida, because I expect a little bit better of a team here. I think I have them number 9, and I see them doing much better. Number 8, we got Dallas, the Dallas Stars. We get into the top row here. The Dallas Stars, I have at number 8. And again, you've got Jake Ottinger in net. You've got Miro Heiskanen. You've got Rupe Hintz. You've got Jamie Benn. You've got Tyler Seguin. You've got Jason Robertson. This team, this Dallas Star team, it would not surprise me if they were to maybe make a run. It wouldn't surprise me if they came out of the Western Conference this year. It really wouldn't. They are a damn good team with a lot of talent. Jake Ottinger, of course, is a year older, a little more experience. I think Dallas is going to be a very, very challenging team, and a team that is for sure going to be they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, for sure. So preseason wise, I have them number 8. Number 7, I got the LA Kings. I think the LA Kings, after they've dealt with the Edmonton Oilers the last 2 years. They've got knocked out of the playoffs in the first round the last 2 years by the Edmonton Oilers. But I still think this is a team that's gonna make some noise. They're gonna be a team that I think could challenge for the division title, and they're a good team. They really are a really good team, and I think they're gonna be something to be reckoned with. I mean, they've got Cam Talbot's their goaltender. Of course, they've got Doughty. They've got they've got Doughty. Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. One of the other guys. No, he's like the captain. Or is that Doughty? No, literally just brain fart. All of a sudden, he was there and then he's gone. But a good young team. LA, I think, is going to be they're going to be competing in the top 3 of the division, I think, and I think they're going to be right there toward the top of the division. I think they will be a team to be reckoned with, and it will be interesting to see exactly what they do. Can they make a run at the division? We'll have to wait and see. Number 6. I mean, how can you not have them? How can you not have them in the top row? Toronto. You've still got the core 4. You've got Matthews. You've got Marner. You've got Tavares. You've got Nylander. Nylander, of course, we're not sure, what his contract status is potentially going to be. We'll have to see. Do they sign him? Do they not? I don't know. They've got Samsonov in net. Again, Toronto, a team that great regular season team. They finally got out of the first round though this past season, and we'll have to see what they can do after that. What can they do for an encore? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But preseason wise, I have them number 6. Moving into the top 5. Number 5, Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes. A team that, again, great regular season team. They had a good run in the playoffs this year. They made the Eastern Conference Final. But they've got to figure something out. I mean, it's one thing. Okay, great. You get to the Eastern Conference Final. You got to win a game. They've been to the last 3 times they've made the Eastern Conference Final. They have been swept all 3 times. They have lost 12 straight conference final games. That's got to change. Carolina is going to be a good team again this year. I think they're going to be right there in the hunt for the division title. And I mean, to me, they're going to be right there in the hunt for the top seed in the Eastern Conference, I think. But can they have that success in the playoffs? Can they repeat what they did last year? Can they make the conference finals again? Not just that. You make the conference finals. Can you at least win a game? It would be kind of nice to see them at least win a game. But, again, it's one of them wait and see kind of things. But preseason wise, I have them number 5. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty here. Team number 4, the team that I have ranked number 4 in the preseason rankings, and a team that I think could potentially win the Stanley Cup again this year, and that is Colorado. The Colorado Avalanche are, I mean, you've got McKinnon, you've got Rantanen. Landeskog, unfortunately, is still injured. They're hoping maybe come playoff time they might be able to get Landeskog back. We'll have to see. They went and they made a move and they got Jonathan Drouin, Nathan McKinnon's former teammate in Halifax, and I think that's a big pickup for Colorado. And to have that chemistry again with the former teammates, I think is going to be something big. A lot of people are expecting some big things from McKinnon again. A lot of people are curious, can McKinnon and Rantanen both hit 100 points this year? It's entirely possible. And again, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Colorado, my number 4 ranked team for the preseason. Number 3, the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions, the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas again, they're gonna be a good team. They're gonna be, I mean, right there for the division. I think they'll be right there for the division. They'll be a team that will be a force to be reckoned with. And we saw once they started going, come playoff time, they weren't being beat. I mean, nobody could find a way to beat them. They started rolling and they just steamrolled everything. I mean, Adin Hill came in and was fantastic. I honestly think Aiden Hill probably should have won the Conn Smythe Trophy because of the performance that he did in the playoffs when he came in. And yeah, so yeah, number 3, the preseason rankings, number 3, I have the reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions at number 3. Number 2, a team that I honestly thought about making them number 1 because of the moves they made in the offseason, but I couldn't quite do it. But I got them number 2, and that's the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils, the moves they made in the offseason, acquiring Timo Meier, signing Timo Meier, signing these guys to, and these are all guys that are in their early to mid-20s, a good young team that all basically have contracts that I think in the next couple of years are going to be complete steals. And I mean steals. Because they are just an insane. It's unreal watching how good the Devils, I think are going to be. Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes, Nico Hischier. You've got Schmid. Schmid is a good young goaltender. Vanacek is still there. I think New Jersey is going to be a really, really hard team to play against. And it's going to be real interesting to see what they do. I'm expecting a lot of good things from New Jersey. And because of that, I have them number 2 on my preseason rankings. Now, some people might find this as no surprise, the team that I have number 1. And mainly because they have 2 guys that honestly, they are human cheat codes. And that, of course, is the Edmonton Oilers. They are my preseason number 1. And when you've got Connor McDavid, you've got Leon Draisaitl, you've got Evander Kane, you've got Darnell Nurse, who, maybe. Stuart Skinner, I think, will be better. He was just a rookie last year. And I'm still a firm believer. If Edmonton would have gotten any kind of competent goaltending in that series against Vegas, I think Edmonton beats them. I think Edmonton beats Vegas if they get any kind of decent goaltending. Stuart Skinner got yanked 3 times in that series against Vegas. You had Jack Campbell sitting on the bench for whatever reason. I don't think Campbell would have been bad. I think it would have made sense to put him in, at least try, but they didn't, and they kind of paid the price for that. They got knocked out in the second round, and to the eventual champions, and I just when it comes to McDavid and Draisaitl, they literally are they are the epitome of human cheat codes when it comes to hockey. They're so good. And I'm expecting a lot of good things from the Oilers. I think they will be in the race for the division. And it would be kind of nice to see them make a run. It would be kind of nice to see them actually make a run and maybe at least get to the finals. McDavid and Draisaitl and Kane, that's a team, they're too good. They're too good to keep getting knocked out in the second round, the first round or the second round. They're way too good of a team to keep doing that. So preseason, I have them number 1. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of my preseason rankings? And what do you guys think as a whole? What do you guys think of the first ever power rankings that I've ever done? And I will plan on doing this every week. I'll probably do what I'll probably do is I will do them on Saturday nights, and I would probably then have them uploaded Sunday morning Could be maybe early Sunday morning, or might be like later in the morning. But that's kind of how I will do it, and I will keep track of each team's wins, losses, how they won, how they lost, and we'll see how they how the teams move from one to the other, from up or down, and yeah. So I look forward to doing this. This should be a lot of fun, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some some good lively debate on where some of these teams are, and how crazy I am to have this team higher than another, or just the normal the normal banter that could happen when you're doing power rankings. So I look forward to that. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will tune into that every week. I look forward to doing them, and yeah. So let me know what you guys think about the preseason power rankings. I do apologize. It's been a little long here, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you guys think of the new channel name. I definitely like it. I think it's cool. I think the new logo for the channel is awesome, and yeah. So let me know what you guys think of that. Let me know what you guys think of my preseason rankings, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded, you can tap that little button. You can tap the little bell, and it will notify you anytime one of my videos goes live. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my first ever power rankings. And let me know what teams you think I have too high, too low, or what teams you might think are right where they should be. Let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe. I will see you guys later.